Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming at you live, episode 22 of Life on the Rocks with your host, Connor Rocques. Today's featured guest in the hot seat is my good friend, Jose Vivar from Toronto. How you doing, brother?
Good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Honestly, it's an absolute pleasure to have Jose on the show. Jose is the founder of 25/7 Fitness. Got it right this time. I want you to talk a little bit about what got you started. Let's talk about the movement behind this brand, and we'll go into it from there.
25/7. So we're all about turning a negative to a positive. That's our motto, and we're just about giving opportunities. So we're a non-profit fitness organization, and we believe fitness should be free. What do you think? There's a lot of people out there that can't afford personal training. They can't afford, joining a gym. So we're going after that demographic, and at the same time, people who pay know that their money is going towards a good cause. So we're in Toronto. We started in Toronto. Huge following in Toronto. A lot of our trainers have their own personal stories to tell. So that's what distinguishes 25/7 trainers from other trainers. A lot of people have battled addictions, long stints in rehab. We have female trainers that have been suicidal, that have depression issues. Some of our trainers are ex-inmates who have served time in federal penitentiaries. And we've all used fitness to overcome these struggles. So now we're expanding to Barrie, and we're here in Sudbury. We know there's a big need for these type of programs in Sudbury. There's a high obesity rate, lots of drugs, methadone clinics everywhere, everyone's smoking, so we're here trying to make a difference.
I think that's huge, honestly, Jose, and too, there's not a better way to relate. Everybody likes to work out. They like to have some way to kind of release some of those endorphins inside, and you push a really good message. I mean, I watch Jose all the time on Instagram. You're the guy running. You're the one letting it go, always running, screaming at that microphone. So you consider yourself, so obviously, personal trainer and entrepreneur. How did they cross over together as an entrepreneur? You're promoting your business. Let's talk about that for a second.
So now, business side, I just look at 25/7. We're a nonprofit, but I also look at giving each trainer an individual opportunity to build their own brand. So I'm a personal trainer, 25/7. I do the volunteer work for 25/7, but I also, through this movement, gain personal clients who come up to me and say, hey, I love the movement. Now I want you to train me and
take it to the next level.
Take it to the next level. Absolutely. We're also, we're selling merchandise. We got hats. We got a lot of swag, backpacks, t-shirts. We're going to get into some shoes. We sell our own protein line. So it just opens up the door for other trainers. So we give trainers certain prices, and they go out, and they're our sales reps, and they go out and sell stuff. So
and promote the brand.
Just try it, because the fitness industry is so saturated. So we're just looking for other ways, innovative ways to make money. Even when it comes to personal training, there's trainers in Toronto that are charging $30 an hour, when personal training used to be $60 to $100 an hour. So how do we compete with that?
No,
right?
exactly, yeah.
So we have to, as businessmen, we have to look for different ways to make money. Sometimes by offering free products, we're giving trainers opportunities to get, group training and personal training that's going to help them change their lives, right?
No, absolutely. I think that's a stigma too with the society we live in today. Everyone wants it. They're like, well, I deserve to get paid, but a lot of time they're not willing to put in the free hours to showcase their skills.
For sure.
And like you said, or go ahead.
I agree with that. We live in a world of instant gratification.
Completely.
But there's a lot of new business models. Take Chance the Rapper, for instance, is a guy who gives free music away. And giving free music away, he's created a buzz and a following, and now he's making money through advertising. So we want to use the same approach. A lot of the kids that we've employed, we have a youth apprenticeship program. We also want to bring it up to Sudbury. We're going to hire youth, pay them for 3 months, put them through the CanFit Pro personal training program. In 3 months, they're going to be trainers. So again, turning a negative into a positive, and showing these kids, there's money to be made in fitness. You don't got to work a low-skilled minimum wage job. You can do something you love and enjoy, and it's your passion, and make money.
Exactly. The passion equals energy. That's the way I kind of see my life as. And I think that's super huge, especially when you're looking at today's market. Everyone's going down the conventional path. They think you got to get an education. You got to go to school for 4 years, and that's fine. But what I'm finding is, I was talking to a gentleman, it's that lack of commitment. And I think that's the problem in our society is these guys are unfocused. They have no commitment. They're like, well, the degree is going to sell me to a company or corporation, but you can do what you guys are doing. You get out in the trench. You're promoting constantly every single day, showing people that, wow, we can start a business. And all of a sudden people meet you. They shake your hand. They're like, wow, Jose's really good. Like he gives you that fire, that passion, that energy. Yeah. And then that's going to correlate or correspond into, you know, dollar signs or anything else, promotion, influence, 100%. Bringing the movement forward.
No, 100%, and I love that. I love out-of-the-box thinkers. I was just using this example the other day. If you're an employee, who are you going to hire? Are you going to hire the guy that went to school for 4 years, or are you going to hire the guy who sold Mercedes-Benzes for 4 years and was successful at that? Who are you going to hire as your sales rep? So you're going to hire the guy with life experience, right? So, and how do you get in the door? Sometimes you have to volunteer. I hear Connor all the time saying, you know, you get what you put into it. If you put in that work, it's not going to pay off short term. Long term, you're guaranteed to see results if you put in that work. And it's just like working out. You're not going to go work out one day and, you know, expect your biceps to get big. It's a process. But if you put that daily work, you know, a year from now, you see results.
Exactly. You ever heard of a book called The Compound Effect? So the guy's name's Darren Hardy, and he talks about everything's compounding. So, you know, let's say for, you know, a day straight, you eat a ton of garbage, nothing's going to happen, right? Okay. But all of a sudden you compound that within like a month, 2 months, 3 months, you're going to either gain weight, or if you're doing the workout situation like you're doing with yourself, right?
Yeah. So yeah, it's about growing exponentially, you know what I mean? It's about not day by day, but, you know, you work out for a month straight, you're going to see 3-4 months of results, especially if you've never worked out. It's different if you've been working out for 2 years. You're not going to reach, you have to challenge yourself a little more. But if you're a person who has never worked out, and then you're throwing loads at your body, and you're doing boot camps, and you're lifting weights, you're going to see results by the month. You're going to go, and I always tell clients too, if you have a scale in your house, throw that out. It's how you look when you come out of the shower. It's how your body looks and how you feel. Yeah, some people don't have the genetics to be, you know, have the formed glutes and hams and oversized quads, but it's how you feel first, and how you look will come with the work.
No, exactly. Look and feel good. I used to get angry. Like, my brother was this big superstar athlete, and he'd be huge, and I'd be putting in all the work, and he's looking like he barely put in anything, eating garbage sometimes. Yeah. Sorry if you're watching it there, Ryan, but you know, it was one of those type of things. He literally would be in there, like wouldn't put, like he'd still put the work in, right? But it came a lot easier to him, I guess, through genetics and all that stuff.
He's blessed with the genetics, man. I see you at the gym every day. I see Connor every day in the morning. He's there working hard, just like me, and you know, some of us need to work a little extra harder, but hey, it's part of the game, right? And we're all trying to improve ourselves. So
I want you to talk to me a second here. I want to cross over. So we talk about the entrepreneurial side, you know, the whole brand as a whole also, and you enjoy the speaking skill too. You want to start getting into public speaking, you were saying?
I do. So public speaking, again, is like, I find it to work hand in hand with fitness. So it's something that you have to work on every day. Exactly like working out, exactly like writing. If you want to be a good writer, you need to write every day. So the same with public speaking. And a lot of us struggle with getting out of that shell and speaking in front of large crowds. But it's something that you have to do. So, you know, across Sudbury, there's a lot of Toastmasters and a lot of public speaking groups. I actually joined in Toronto, so I'm a member of Toastmasters. And that's plays hand in hand with business, because you need to be able to speak with people, right? And I'm a guy from inner city Toronto. I used to speak with slang, and I wasn't even speaking proper English. And I'm telling you, like, these public speaking engagements and forcing yourself to be conscious of, you know, not using ands and ahs and ums and stuttering and using crush words. It's a skill that has to be worked on, just like working out, just like writing, just like school.
Absolutely. I want you to talk to me a second there about the fear of public speaking. I think this is something super important. Like you said, not a lot of people can actually walk onto a stage and, as I say, light up that stage, right? I want you to talk to me about that. How do you get over that fear when you're stepping out into that environment?
I don't think it's something, and I'm pretty sure you can agree, I don't think it's something you ever get over. Some of the most experienced public speakers still talk about those butterflies and the feeling of wanting to puke before you go out on stage.
They're all judging me, the judgment factor, right?
For sure. But it's just like anything, you know, once you overcome that, like once you get on the stage and within 2 minutes, it's just flowing out of you and you just get comfortable and you catch your rhythm, you have to do it. You can never know the outcome unless you do it. right? So
That's
something that we all have to face. Connor's a great speaker. I've seen him speak, and I'm pretty sure, like, how do you feel when you get in front of the crowd? Do you still get those?
It's always that anticipation period right before you're about to go on. You're like, holy crap, I'm about to do this. And then you're thinking to yourself, we're like, well, what if they judge me, this and that?
Yeah.
It's funny though, and you probably could agree the same thing, is I used to go up there and have such a stigma in my mind until I hit that point where you're sitting there thinking, try to just be yourself. You know, kind of go up there, be yourself. You're going to screw up. You're going to say stuff. It's not so much in what you say, but how you say it.
I love that. I love what Connor says. And even I find with speaking, choose topics that are you. Tell your personal story. Because if you don't tell your personal story, it's going to sound rehearsed. It's going to sound fake. It's going to sound scripted. Connor's a businessman. He's going to speak about business. Connor's into fitness. He could feel comfortably speaking about fitness. So choose something that you're comfortable with.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all the advice I could give as you know, a experienced public speaker.
No, exactly. I think that's honestly huge, especially because that's what happens. You got a whole bunch of people, like you're going into a saturated market, like you said, the fitness one, and you guys have been able to distinguish yourself. I want you to talk about some of your marketing here. I watch your stuff all the time. I see you running. We're always doing similar stuff, like Jose's screaming into the microphone.
Yeah.
I'm running, I'm screaming in. I want you to talk to me about distinguishing yourself in that market. You were talking about it earlier, but how you guys go out there as a brand, you promote yourself so that you can kind of get to that platform that you guys are building.
We just want to show people that we're hungry. Nowadays, everybody wants to be a personal trainer. It's the cool thing to do. But do you have what it takes? So it's just about going out to events, promoting yourself. We have a ton of events going on now too. We're doing a boot camp out in Hamner, 6 p.m. today. We have Fruit Bar Wednesday morning, 6 a.m. Tuesday and Thursday, 6 p.m. at Memorial Park. And we're doing Saturday at 12 p.m. at Bell Park. And it's just about going out every day, handing out flyers, getting in people's faces, telling them what you do and what you're about. And it'll just get to a point where people will say, hey, yeah, I've heard about 25/7. Or, hey, I've seen you at that event. So if you stay home, guys, and you don't promote yourself, you don't promote your brand, nothing's going to happen. You have to be out every day. I'm wearing my hat and my shirt every day. And this is not the same shirt that I wore yesterday. I have 12 of these. But you have to get your brand out there. You need to talk. It's a game of numbers.
That's
Do you
it.
agree? It's a game of numbers. You talk to 20 people, at least one of those people are going to refer you future business, are going to attend one of your seminars, one of your boot camps. Talk to people, guys. Get comfortable talking with people. You can't be an entrepreneur unless you're comfortable talking and communicating your message.
Absolutely,
right?
yeah.
You have to.
I think that's you actually just hit on a really big point too, where you see a lot of these, and I'm not coming here to take a hit at education, you know, the system in general, but you have these guys that are so qualified, yet, you know, they get in front of an interviewer, they can't even talk. They're sitting there, like, you're trying to, you know, sell yourself. They're like, well, the degree got me there, but then you're trying to convey your message, say, why can I do it? And you see a lot of these. I always hit on the fact, just like you did. I can see we've had the same philosophy.
Yeah.
For me, selling is everything, and it's not about selling someone. It's about building that relationship, getting through that door, showing someone how you can bring them value. It's not just about, well, why do I deserve this? And are entitled. Talk about for a second. I think this is important. How our society right now, we have a very entitled youth coming up here, and that's why you're promoting change with them, getting them empowered.
For sure.
I know it's a little bit of a loaded question, but I start to see.
I have a 16-year-old, and I have to constantly remind them the same philosophy. You have to work for what you want to get. A lot of these kids, it's different. You know, when we were growing up, we're out there playing sports. Our parents are kicking us out of the house, and they're making us work a part-time job. They're bringing us to work with them, and they're making us work, and they're showing us the rope. Kids nowadays, like I said, they're on YouTube, they're on social media, they're on Instagram, and they're not about making money no more. Money, likes. They want likes. Likes is what makes them money, but is that really going to get them anywhere? Right? So what do we show our kids? So that's why we're showing them fitness. And fitness encompasses everything. If your body is strong, your mind is going to be strong, right? And it's that same discipline, that same go-getter mentality that comes with fitness. That's what we want to instill in today's youth. Absolutely. So yeah, we're using fitness as that outlet, and we'll see what happens, right? But like I said, we're gonna put in work, and even if we find one good kid out of every 20 we meet, that's it's accomplished. Our mission is accomplished, right?
No, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you're out there. I want to ask you something, and not in a controversial light. I just want to talk to you about this.
Sure.
I mean, we're talking about the whole fitness skit. We're talking about personal training. How do you feel about these kids? You know, growing up, a lot of these people, oh, the steroids. I find, and this is just my mentality. I don't mean it the wrong way. But a lot of these guys having to take steroids, I get it if you're in competition, but I almost seem as if they're sometimes mentally weak, right?
Yeah.
So Dan Gable was a pro wrestler, and what he would always say is he'd want the guy to be on steroids because he'd break them mentally.
Yeah.
How do you feel about steroids? Like, and I know you don't obviously take steroids. You can tell you're a natural guy. You're jacked up just like me. But talk to me about that as a trainer when you start to see these guys. What's your take on it, if you don't mind me asking? That's a little one.
Yeah. So now when it comes to steroids, like there's side effects. I know like there's been huge advancements in science and technology, and I honestly feel that one day there are going to be supplements, there are going to be steroids and anabolics that are going to get us living longer and less resistance to injury and illness. But you can do it naturally. There's a lot of guys that are putting in that work naturally, and you're not going to have the side effects. Like I have friends who have went to the hospital and they have heart problems, and is it worth it? When it's something that you can just dedicate an hour a day or 2 hours a day and just really be disciplined about it. So my take is kind of, I don't know, to each their own.
Exactly.
What I'm against are people, I have friends that are on steroids and they admit, yeah, I'm on steroids and this is what I do. And, I have a problem with people who say they're not, why not? Like it's nothing, if you're on it, you're on it. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing, I don't find nothing wrong with it. And there was even some controversy in the Olympics that they're saying that, in the future they're going to allow steroid use in the Olympics. So that means everyone's going to have to be taking steroids to kind of compete. But who knows? Like, imagine there's that one guy that proves everyone wrong and beats everybody clean, right? And I'm pretty sure, guys like Usain Bolt, like these guys are freaks of nature. They have natural steroids. So I don't know, I think there's other alternatives, eat clean, look for foods that naturally boost your testosterone, look for things that are revving up your metabolism, and we got supplements that people are now finding, maca, from Peru and South America. There's superfoods like quinoa. So there are foods out there that you can take, and it's not going to have the negative side effects. And there's not enough science yet to back it up. Like there's people, if you look at people taking steroids, there's guys dying in their 50s, wrestlers dying in 50, 55, right? It's all about longevity. If you're going to get into fitness, do it to increase your longevity, to live longer, and to have a better quality of life at 80, at 90, right? So
no, exactly. That's your take on it for sure. And I just want to ask that because, I mean, obviously with the fitness industry, there's always going to become controversy and all the stuff that kind of associates with it. So going into my next question, I think it's just super important. You're a very motivational guy. What happens, Jose? I want you to walk me through this because it's super important. You see one of those, let's say it's a girl or a guy, they're working out super hard, you're training them, they're sitting there down in the trench. How's your logo again? You said it was 25/7. How's it?
25/7, so it's not 24/7. We put in that work an extra hour a day, so we go harder than everyone. So if you want to train with 25/7, you got to be willing to put in that work. So that's what I remind my clients. Hey, this is 25/7. 25/7 way is different. We work hard. We don't give up. We don't quit. And I always tell people when we're doing planks, pretend you're hanging from a cliff. And if you let go, you die. No one's dying tonight, guys. That's what I'll tell them at the boot camp. Nobody is dying. We're all soldiers. We're all survivors. And it's a mind thing. Our mind commands the body. Connor, you know just as well as me, when we're running, there's times we want to give up. But you got to tell yourself, it's nothing. There's no pain. I don't feel that lactic acid in my leg. I don't feel my lungs burning. It's nothing. Sometimes when you're working out, smile. Just smile and tell yourself, this is beautiful. And it's a mind thing, guys. It's a mind thing. And that's what I tell my clients when they're giving up. I'll tell them, listen, man, just smile. Soldier through it, and something just clicks in their head, and they just get that extra fire, right?
Exactly, yeah. No. And that's why I wanted to ask that. That's what I was saying, that I wanted to get the metaphor or the logo behind it, because so what happens when that client, like you said, is they're right about to give up. You see them mentally, they're broken down. They've done the 1,000 push-ups, and all of a sudden they're like, Jose, man, I got nothing left.
For sure. I had, even trainers need trainers, and I have guys that motivate me, and I kind of adopt their principles and vice versa. 2 years ago, I weighed 255 pounds. My chin looked like it had 2 sticks of butter. I wish I could show you guys pictures. I was fat. And again, yeah, it took somebody to motivate me and push me and give me. And there was so many times I felt like giving up. But I had that person. So there's some of us, you know, just like our boot camps, come out to our boot camps. Let us get you started. Let us get you into that front door of fitness and move on your own, and then start, you know, living that lifestyle, incorporating that everyday lifestyle fitness into your life.
And that's what's going to make you that much more productive. You get that done. That was always my thing in the morning when I tell people, they're like, well, they say morning coffee. I don't have morning coffee. I have 5K and a workout. That's my morning coffee.
You got to get it done in the morning. Get it done in the morning, and it's done for the day, and your that's the best time, guys. Because if you let the day take you and the busyness of our schedules, you're going to miss, like it's guaranteed, you're going to miss out, no?
No, exactly.
Get it done first thing in the morning. Wake up 6 a.m., wake up 5 a.m., get it done every day. Make it religion.
Jose, I want to ask you something here. I want to go off of a thought here. I tell people, and I don't mean this the wrong way, because like I said, it comes with this lack of focus and clarity with a lot of people. I think society sometimes, almost in a way, like we have a very weak mentality in North America. Sometimes, not everybody, but a lot of people, right? They're sitting there like, well, you know, they fail once, then they're going to go into something else because they don't want to persevere. So I live by a mentality, and I don't mean it out of any arrogance, but I say to people, they say, well, I don't have time for this. I don't have time to work out. My favorite is I don't have time for excuses. You know, I don't have time for excuses or laziness. How do you feel about that?
I love that. No excuses. You can go down to any South American country, and you're going to see kids on street corners selling coconuts. There's booths that have a cell phone there, and you want to use a cell phone as a payphone. Here's my cell phone, give me 5 cents. So it's that hustler mentality. In Canada, I'm not seeing it anymore. I'm not seeing that, and like I'm saying, the younger generation has to kind of snap out of it. Look for money. Don't look for likes. Look for what's going to get you paid, and for businesses that are going to be scalable and be able to make you that money in your sleep. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a shame. That's why I want to start incorporating entrepreneurship programs with our apprenticeships. Start showing these kids, listen, man, business skills. Business skills is what's going to get you paid off. You know, the city of Sudbury has the regional business center, but they need to do more outreach at the schools and at the, you know, Sudbury Sec and all these other schools, and show kids, hey, like, business is the way to go, right? And you don't really need a business degree. Like, I'm not even gonna knock school, but my philosophy, and I was just talking to 2 kids about this the other day. If you're gonna become a doctor or an accountant or a dentist or a lawyer, you need that certification, because that's what gets you to write the tests and the bar. But look for school. Look at school as a networking opportunity more than anything, as a place where you're gonna meet lifelong business partners and get those jobs, meaningful jobs that are gonna give you experience in the field that you want to get into. So if you want to get into fitness, don't work at Staples. Look for a job at, you know, Sudbury MMA, or look for a job at Sport Check, or something that's fitness related. You want to get into clothing, you don't want to work at the local bar serving drinks. You want to, you know, get into high-end stores, right? Get into high-end stores, learn fashion, immerse yourself in everything that has to do with your field, and you'll succeed, guys. And
I think that's huge, honestly, what Jose just hit on there. That is literally down to a science. Like, I always make the joke. I always these one-liners. I'm like, you're like, what do you want to be, a doctor, lawyer, accountant, engineer? It's like, no, I want to be that sales guy. You know, not literally sales guy, but entrepreneur, right? And that's what's going to take our generation. Canada, built by entrepreneurs.
I love that. And then I love how you say science, because there's no luck in this. It's all work. It's simple mathematics. You put hard work, it's going to equal payoff, right? So I love how you say it's a science, man. There's no, it's a formula, and that formula is tried and proven over and over.
Exactly, yeah.
Right? Like, let's talk about Bill Gates. Bill Gates, he's a guy, he immersed himself in his computer. He was putting in days without sleep in front of supercomputers, and that's why he got to where he was. He was eating, living, breathing, pooping computers, and it paid off, right? Same with basketball players. Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant used to make 1,000 jump shots every single day before he went home. And he wouldn't go home until he made 1,000 jump shots. Sometimes he says that will take him 5 to 6 hours.
It's crazy. Wow. Do you have any figures you look up to, just for people out there, whether it be entrepreneurs, fitness figures, sports athletes? Give people some figures or people that you're following currently, or are you just on your own in your own zone? A little bit of mix.
I have to give it up to Arnold. You know, a lot of people talk about Arnold. You know, the way he speaks, people will kind of judge him that he's a dumb guy. But Arnold, he's actually one of the most knowledgeable people in the fitness world. Buy his book, buy Arnold Schwarzenegger's Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding. There's tons of workouts that he shows you. There's mass building, there's lean body, there's weight loss, and he's the man when it comes to that. In terms of, you know, I like Serena Williams. I love her movement. I love her positivity and what she stands for, and just how she just changed the game. You know, African American woman comes out, all white sport, and she's doing it, and you know, she's getting that respect. She's demanding respect. People have to give it to her. She has the most Grand Slam championships out of anyone, men, women. So these are winners, guys. It doesn't matter where you come from, who you are, what's your background. Have that winning mentality. Take it. Take
what's yours.
Take what's yours.
Absolutely, Jose. Honestly, you're hitting the rate on the money.
Yeah,
there.
man. No one's gonna. There's no handouts. There's no handouts in life, guys. Even if you have a big inheritance coming, or you have, don't depend on that. You know, that's a bonus. But do it on your own, guys. Because if you don't do it on your own, you're not going to be able to keep this. This is going to be gone.
Exactly.
Do it on your own.
What can we expect next from you, my friend? Seriously, with the whole entire brand, you're taking this global. What are we expecting next from Jose here?
I'm really focused on right now expanding across Ontario. So we're here in Sudbury for a couple days. I have my team that's going to stay up here. I'm going back to Toronto in a couple days, and we're going to just be moving. Hamilton is next, and we want to expand all over Ontario. Eventually, you know, hit the West Coast and even get into some of the prison systems, some of the group homes, and just really push that idea that fitness is change, it's positive change, and we can accomplish anything through that philosophy. Work hard 24/7.
I think that's huge, Jose. Honestly, yeah. I think you've done an incredible job. That passion, that's what it's going to take that message to the next level. You see all these prominent figures that have been through history. You got that energy, man. Like, seriously, I'm sitting right beside Jose. I can feel it coming off of you.
Thank you.
I love that. Seriously.
I'm sweating too, man. I don't know, when I talk, that's another thing, public speaking, you never get that sweat, man. You're going to always sweat.
Yeah, you got to let it out.
Yeah,
let out the weakness, they say, yeah. I want to ask you though, so give them, if that's okay, give them your threads on social media so people can follow you off of my network or wherever it is.
So yeah, guys, 257fitness.com. Support us, follow us, volunteer, find out how to join the movement. If you know any kids in the area that want to get involved in fitness, refer them to us. We're also on Instagram at Team 257 Fitness. We're also on Facebook at 257 Fit. And yeah, guys, just look out for us. We're here. We're making noise, guys. We're going to make noise in Sudbury, and we need your help. So anyone who believes that fitness should be free and accessible for everyone, reach out to us. Reach out to our Sudbury contact. Become a part of the team. And yeah, man, let's make a difference here in Sudbury, guys. We need it. You know, Sudbury needs this movement. We need to get in shape. We need to think positive, and
I'm going to mark my words. I'm going to say, just to close this off, give me a few weeks. I will definitely be at one of your 6 a.m. boot camps. We'll get it on video.
Let's do it. Let's do it, man. We got to do it, bro.
That's it.
I look forward to seeing you, man.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Follow Jose. You've done an incredible job.
Thank you, guys.
Seriously.
Thank you.